Magandang araw, Podmates. Howie Severino muli na nagpapaalala na nakakatalino ang mahabang attention span. Ang guest natin ngayon ay ang alkalde ng San Juan City sa Metro Manila kung saan naganap kamakailan ang Wata Wata Festival. Ang kilalang basaan sa kalye na nauwi sa mga reklamo at kaguluhan. Humingi na ng paumanhin si Mayor Francis Zamora at magpapatupad daw siya ng mga reforma para hindi na maulit. Magandang araw, Mayor Francis Zamora.
Yes, magandang araw, Howie. At una, ako'y nagpapasalamat sa pag-ipita sa iyong podcast. I'm very excited to be part of this. I just want you to know that ever since I was young, I have looked up to you. So it's an honor to be your guest today.
Well, thank you. The honor is ours. Maraming salamat po. No? So, nasa balita ang San Juan because of the Wata Wata Festival recently. No? But before we go into what happened, no? Kasi maraming tao siguro sa bansa na maaring ngayon lang narinig itong Wata Wata Festival, no? So, konting background lang, Mayor.
Okay, Howie, just to give everyone a background, San Juan del Monte ang pinagmula ng aming pangalan, at ito ay dahil pinangalan kami sa ating patron na si San Juan Bautista, which just for everyone's information, noong June 24, 2024 lamang or 2 weeks ago, officially po talaga tinanghal na patron namin si San Juan Bautista. Ngayon po, for those who are familiar with biblical history, si Saint John the Baptist po ang nagbinyag kay Jesucristo. At dahil po sa pagbibinyag na yan, ay ang naging paraan ng selebrasyon ng aming kapistahan na mula noon pa, literal na talagang mga dekada na nakaraan, ay ang basaan. So ito ay isang bagay na aking nakalakihan rin. Ako po ay pinanganak sa San Juan, December 5, 1977. At all my 46 years, I have lived here in San Juan. So bata pa lang po ako, nangyayari na yung basaan. Yan ay kinagisnan ko na ho at kinagisnan ng marami sa aming lungsod. Ito isang tradisyon na taon-taon ay pinagdiriwang sa aming lungsod at nakasanayan na talaga ng mga San Juaneños. So that is the background. And in previous years, it has evolved into the Wata Wata Festival. So dati ho kasi purely basaan lang, no? But now na-incorporate na nun ho dyan yung iba't ibang mga activities such as the Santong Tao Parade. Yung Santong Tao Parade, Howie, yan ay parada ng mga barangay kung saan dinidepict ang buhay ni Saint John the Baptist. At bahagi rin ng ating celebration ay yung street dancing competition naman. So every June 24, you will see that meron pong kaming basaan, meron kaming Santong Tao Parade, at meron po tayong street dancing competition. Ngayon, nung panahon ng COVID-19, Howie, hindi ho natin nagawa ang Wata Wata Festival because of restrictions, because of limitations in terms of activities allowed. At nagawa lamang natin ito nung ako'y mayor nung 2019 to 2024. Just to backtrack, na 2019 naging mayor ako, pero yung June 24, 2019 ay hindi pa ako officially mayor noon, no? Kasi June 30 po nagsimula ang term ko. So ang unang festa ko talaga ay 2020, ngunit COVID noon. 2021, COVID din. 2022, COVID pa, pero dahil mataas na po ang vaccination rate ng San Juan, ay nagdesisyon kaming magkaroon ng Wata Wata, although not as big as previous years. 2023, namatay po ang aming vice mayor, kaya hindi ho kami nagkaroon ng Wata Wata, at ganoon din during that time, meron kasing El Nino, so nagdesisyon kaming wag muna ituloy. Itong 2024, 2 weeks ago, ay natuloy siya. So yan po ang context ng Wata Wata sa ilalim ng ating pamumuno as mayor. 2 beses pa lamang natin ito nagawa as mayor. But in previous years, ginagawa na talaga to. Yung mga nakaraang mayors po, yung mga nakaraang administrasyon, talagang ginagawa na ito.
Okay, Mayor, no? Like you said, kaupo nyo lang noong 2019, tapos nagpandemya, hindi natuloy, and then last year nga dahil sa El Nino, and then nagluluksa ang bayan, no? Kaya hindi rin tinuloy. So this is really the first big basaan or Wata Wata Festival under your term, no?
That's correct.
Many people have already seen the viral videos, and then alam
Yes.
natin na may mga kinasuhan, may mga nagreklamo, etc. And you've promised that it won't happen again, may kakaroon ng reform. But if you were going to plan this again, what would you have done differently? Kasi mukhang naging out of control, no, yung crowd.
Okay, Howie, ito for everyone to understand the context of the celebration. Ang nature kasi niya, Howie, ay talagang prone sa kaguluhan. What do I mean? For many decades already, pag June 24, dito sa San Juan, ang nakasanayan ng tao ay basaan. That means parang nakatatak sa kanilang isipan na sa amin lahat dito sa San Juan, na June 24 ngayon, basaan. So yung nangbabasa ng mga dumadaan, yung mga motorista, kumbaga nakasanayan yan. And again, yung ganitong nature ng celebration ay prone sa kaguluhan kasi meron at merong mababasa na ayaw mabasa. No? Meron at merong mga pedestrians, mga passersby, mga motorista, both sa mga kotse at sa mga motor, na mababasa, na labag sa kanilang kalooban. At yun ang naging nature ng ating kapistahan. Kaya nga po, after analyzing what happened last June 24, nagdesisyon na po ako na once and for all, baguhin po ang paraan kung paano ipagdiwang ang aming kapistahan. Sapagkat merong mga mamamayan na ayaw naman mabasa, ngunit dahil dito sila nagtatrabaho, dito sila nag-aaral, or napapadaan lang sa aming mga kalye, ay nababasa sila. At kadalasan dito nagsisimula ang kaguluhan. No? Halimbawa, merong napadaan lang, binasa o pinilit basain, nagalit, gumante at nag-away. So yun very prone talaga siya. Let's face the reality na the very nature of the Wata Wata Festival is so prone to all of these kinds of disruption and disturbance. So kaya nga once and for all, Howie, nag-decision po ako na mag-designate na lang po ng isang basaan zone. Yung basaan zone natin, dito po yan sa Pinaglabanan Road in between Domingo and P. Guevara Streets. So basically in front of our government center, in front of City Hall, in front of Pinaglabanan Shrine. Ito lamang ang stretch ng kalye na pwede magbasaan starting next year pagdating ng aming kapistahan. In this way, kung gusto mo talagang makipagbasaan dahil Fiesta ng San Juan, papasok ka sa basaan zone. Meaning if you want to celebrate with us by way of basaan, yung merong mga fire trucks, merong mga taong may mga water gun, papasok ka dito sa basaan zone. We will close the stretch of Pinaglabanan Road from Domingo to P. Guevara, and we will make this our basaan zone. All wata-wata and basaan-related activities will happen here. Now, outside of this basaan zone, totally bawal po magbasaan. Para yung mga taong ayaw mabasa, gusto lamang dumaan sa aming mga kalye, papasok sa trabaho, papasok sa eskwela, hindi na sila madamay. At alam ninyo, it's very hard really to change what people have been used to. No? Minsan nga lang kami hindi nagkaroon ng basaan, nalulungkot yung tao, hinahanap-hanap talaga. So talagang para sa akin, itong nangyaring kaguluhan ay naging blessing na rin dahil naging malaking pagkakataon para once and for all baguhin ang paraan o sistema ng aming piyesta. Nung in-announce ko na meron na lang basaan zone, wala nang umaangal. Dahil nakita nila na oo nga, tama nga si Mayor, yung mga piyesta natin noong nakaraan, yung previous years, previous decades, nangyari na to, Howie. Everyone knows, everyone in San Juan knows. Everyone who ever passed San Juan on a June 24 in the previous years, previous decades, alam nila na meron at merong kaguluhan, merong mga mag-aaway. Dahil nga, mapadaan ka lang ng San Juan, babasain ka. So, to avoid this from happening again, ay totally bawal na po mangbasa outside the basaan zone. So if you are passing through Aurora Boulevard or Ortigas Avenue or Blumentritt or any of the streets in San Juan outside the basaan zone, wala na dapat mangbasa sa inyo. At kung meron man, sila ay agad-agad papatawan ng multa. dahil bawal yan. But we will also, of course, ensure na sa June 24, sa susunod na taon, talagang maraming pulis. Sabi ko nga sa aking Chief of Police pagkatapos itong pangyayari, no? Sabi ko, next year, we will make sure na talagang napakaraming pulis upang siguraduhin yung apprehension. Bakit mahirap nitong huli? Dahil hindi naman bawal mong basa. So, paano manghuhuli yung pulis na hindi naman technically bawal namang basa? If you look at our ordinance, ano ang bawal dito? Bawal yung sapilitang pagbubukas sa sasakyan. Bawal yung pagyanig ng mga kotse. No? Yes, bawal yan. Through the ordinance, bawal yan. Kaya lang may mga gray areas, Howie. No? May mga gray areas or tinatawag nating loopholes. Yung 2018 ordinance na aming papalakasin din. Halimbawa, nakalagay bawal ang sapilitang pagbubukas ng sasakyan para mambasa. Paano kung motor? Wala namang pinto yan, di ba? That is an example of a loophole, Howie, that we are now addressing. Note also, Howie, na 2018 ordinance yan. Hindi pa ho ako mayor niyan, Howie. Previous mayor pa yan nung napasa yan. Ibig sabihin, nangyayari na nga dati yan. Kaya nga may multa para dyan dahil nangyayari na dati. That is the exact objective of the 2018 ordinance, to penalize those who violate fiesta or basaan guidelines. Also, let's face the reality na yung social media, syempre, iba na ngayon, yung mga videos na nag-viral. So, mas nag-circulate, mas na-highlight, no? But again, dati na talagang nangyayari yan. Except that during those years, yung wala pang mga TikTok, wala
Yeah.
Okay. But again, I'm not giving any excuses. I have said already, and I will say it again, that I take full responsibility for what happened. We are addressing the situation. We have filed cases already against those who have violated the revised penal code and even our ordinance. And most importantly, meron na tayong maliwanag na pagbabago na gagawin sa susunod na taon at yung mga taong darating pa sa ating kapistahan.
Okay, Mayor, just want to clarify for our audience, no, baka nagtataka ano ba talaga yung nangyari. As far as I know, and perhaps what others know, no, wala naman serious injuries ang naganap. No. I mean, I think what I saw on all these videos is may nanuntok na ng basa, and then may nagreklamo na rider, so may konting ganong alitan. Yung karamihan ng complaints were from students na nabasa yung laptop, yung thesis nila, yung mga yung papasok sa trabaho, nabasa yung damit nila, etc. No? So it was a real, I would say, disturbance ng mga ordinaryong tao na hindi naman kasama sa piyesta. No? But you said na magkakaroon ng zoning. I want to ask you, no? Kasi kinanselan nyo last year. Did you consider maybe just canceling the whole festival? Is it really worth the risk na maaring sa susunod, baka may magkaroon nga ng serious injury? Kasi nga, nagkaroon na ng ganitong mga insidente this year.
Okay, Howie, ito also for you and the viewers to understand, hinahanap-hanap kasi ito ng mga San Juanenyo dahil nakasanayan na ng aming lungsod. No? So for many years, for many decades, ginagawa to. Like what you mentioned, no? Saan ba nagka-problema yung mga estudyanteng dumadaan, nababasa ang kanilang laptops, mga cellphones. No? Yan ay dahil citywide pa ang basaan. Now, it will not be citywide anymore. So kung meron mang mga estudyante na dadaan sa aming lungsod, alam nila na hindi sila dapat dumaan sa basaan zone. Ang basaan zone natin ay maliit na kapiraso lang na kalye. Ang Pinaglabanan Road ay mixing kalye, lalo na yung in between Domingo at Picavara. That's just a few 100-meter stretch. No? Hindi yan ganun kahaba. Kaya hindi siya magiging malaking epekto sa mga motorista dahil napakaraming ibang kalye na pwedeng daanan. No? It will not mean na makaka-traffic or madidisrupt yung daanan ng mga sasakyan dahil napakaraming ibang pwedeng daan ng kalye sa amin. Now, next year, yung mga papasok sa eskwela, papasok sa trabaho, kung dadaan sila ng Aurora Boulevard, ay wala silang dapat alalahanin dahil yan ay outside the basaan zone at walang magiging basaan dyan. Again, we will deploy police more than the usual. No? So again, that will also be part of our plan na yung bilang ng police mas dadamihan pa. Hihingi rin kami ng augmentation sa Eastern Police District, Hawi, to ensure na talagang sobra-sobrang police sa mga darating na taon kasi ayaw nga natin magkaroon ng ganitong kaguluhan. Pangalawa, I will formally write Malacanang, Hawi, para ma-declare na holiday ang June 24 sa susunod na taon. Only Malacanang and Congress have the power to declare a holiday. Hindi po yan power vested in a mayor. No? Kung holiday po kasi, that means walang pasok, walang trabaho. So again, yung San Juan, mas magkakaroon ng less chances na merong mga ayaw mabasa na mababasa dahil nga holiday, no? But again, that's not within my power kasi as a mayor. So we will have to write Malacanang for this. And we will of course cite yung itong naging experience natin as one of the reasons why we will be requesting for a holiday. So ito yung mga bagay na aming gagawin. In fact, on the onset of all of these problems, all of these incidents, talagang I sat down with our fellow city government officials. Inanalyze namin mabuti ano ba ang nangyari at ang pinakamahalaga, anong dapat gawin para hindi na ito mangyari muli. Again, I sincerely apologize to everyone that was affected by our celebration. Ako humingi ng paumanhin. I take full responsibility and I assure everyone that this will not happen again.
Okay, Mayor, the command responsibility is honorable, no? But I want to refer to what you said earlier na talagang nangyayari to in the past, no? But one of your predecessors, couldn't help but post on his Facebook, no? Si dating Mayor JV Ejercito, who was your predecessor for 9 years, na umupo din siya sa San Juan, ano? Ang basically ang sinasabi niya ay, pinaghirapan niyang ayusin ang Wata-Wata festival, no? And sabi niya ipinagbawal na niya yung pagbabasa ng mga passers-by at mga papasok sa trabaho, and basically yung conclusion niya is, to quote, no, from his Facebook page, marahil ay nagkulang sa preparasyon at pagpapaalala, no. As you mentioned, it was your first big Wata-Wata festival, so it's understandable na maaring ang nagkulang sa preparasyon. But ano yung response niyo diyan, kasi parang ang sinasabi niyo ay kulang sa rules, no? Pero ang sinasabi ni Senator dating Mayor Ejercito is may rules na, hindi lang sinunod.
Okay, Howie, una-una, I don't expect Senator Ejercito to ever say anything good about Mayor Francis Zamora or our makabagong San Juan. Expected naman yan. Kailanman mula nang ako'y naging mayor, ni isang beses wala naman siyang sinabing maganda tungkol sa amin. And expected yan kasi syempre, kumbaga, after 50 years, Howie, nawala ang kanilang pamilya sa aming lungsod. When I came in 2019, na-wipe out ang kanilang pamilya in terms of the political landscape here in San Juan. So, nandiyan talaga yung grudge nilang lahat sa akin. Expected ko naman yan, di ba? Dahil yung nakasanayan nilang 50 years ay ngayon tapos na. No? So I don't really expect him to say anything good about us. In fact, just to share with you, 3 times na po akong naging topic ng isang privilege speech sa Senado. So obviously, talagang lahat ng oportunidad, lahat ng pagkakataon na tirahin ako, tinitira niya ako. At expected na yan. No? But in all instances, nasasagot ko naman yung kanyang mga paratang. Ngayon, pagdating ho dito, 2018 yung ordinance na active or the existing one. That was the time of his mother. So, yung sinasabing mga bawal
na... Mayor Gia Gomez, no?
Yes, correct. So, yung sinasabing bawal ganito, bawal ganito. If you look at the ordinance, walang nakalagay bawal magbasa ng tao. No? So yun yung mga loopholes na nakikita natin dun sa 2018 ordinance. That is why, because of what happened, aamyandahan natin to, papalakasin natin, babaguhin. In fact, lahat ng loopholes, lahat ng gray areas ay aayusin natin. Because the fact is, kulang siya ng ngipin. Maraming loopholes. Kaya sinabi ko, wala naman nakalagay bawal magbasa ng nakamotor. Nakalagay, bawal sa pilitang magbukas ng sasakyan. Paano kung nakamotor, Di ba? Paano kung naglalakad? Hindi siya specified talaga. So maraming mga loopholes ang ordinance, so we will strengthen it. And in general kasi, citywide yung basaan. So meron at meron talagang nananahimik lang, naglalakad lang, dumadaan lang, nagmomotor lang, na mababasa at mababasa. Dahil hindi naman bawal yung mambasa. Pero ngayon, dahil bawal na mambasa outside the basaan zone, it is now going to be a clear violation. Dati kasi, walang violation. Meron ba sa revised penal code nakalagay bawal mong basa? No? So again, kung pumasok man ito sa any of the existing violations in the revised penal code, this will require a private complainant, mag-file ng kaso sa prosecutor's office and everything. No? Which in two instances, itong huli, ay nangyari. Merong dalawang private complainant, nag-file ng complaint. Yung isa, personal pa nating sinamahan, nag-file siya ng unjust vexation at slander. So meron at meron naman tayong mga nasampahan ng kaso. Yung iba naman kasi mga minors, no? So again, the law prohibits you from filing a case against minors. So we analyzed the nature of Wata Wata, and we all agreed na the very nature is very prone to these kinds of disruption and disturbance. So yung mismong pinagmumula ng kaguluhan ang babaguhin natin, Howie. No? Kung meron na lang tayong basaan zone at pumasok ka sa basaan zone na yun, that means gusto mong mabasa, gusto mong makipagbasaan, gusto mong makicelebrate sa amin. Ginusto mo yun, pumasok ka doon. Hindi ka namin pinilit pumasok sa basaan zone. So expect that inside the basaan zone, dyan mangyayari yung basaan, dyan merong mga fire trucks, no? Dyan may mga water guns, and no one should complain because you freely entered the basaan zone. Now, outside the basaan zone naman, Howie, dyan bawal. At yung mga pulis natin, antimano, pag makita nila may mambasa, huli agad yan. Because a clear violation yan eh. Wala ka ng interpretation na kailangan pa gawin ng ordinansa o ng batas dahil defined na ng ordinance na aming gagawin na bago na bawal mambasa outside the basaan zone.
Okay, Mayor, malinaw na may maayos na plano for next year, no? But I want to zoom out a little bit sa big picture beyond the Wata Wata Festival kasi naging varsity basketball player ka nung college. Anyway, lumabas ka sa balita. I mean, it's just a small tidbit, no? Kasi yung balita ngayon sa UAAP, no, na nag-transfer itong star player na big man ng Ateneo Blue Eagles na si Mason Amos na inaasahan, no, na tutulong sa pag-deliver ng title ulit sa Loyola Heights, no, lumipat sa Lasal, no, yung arch rival ng Ateneo. And then biglaan, no, pati ata yung coach nagulat, no, coach ng Ateneo. And then when you read accounts, no, parang binibigyan ka ng credit ni Mason, no, na of course you are a former varsity LaSalle player, you're a champion, no, sa LaSalle, no. And then sabi ni Mason ay the mayor and I had a really good talk and it helped me decide where I want to be in the next couple of years. No, I mean, what's your side of this, Mayor? Did you actively try to pirate Mason?
No, definitely not. Sige, Howie, ganito, no? This is the first time I've ever been asked officially. No? Maraming unofficial questions sa akin. Pero ito I will consider as an official question and consider this as an official answer. Sabihin ko sa'yo, Howie, no? I've only met Mason Amos once. And that was about maybe 3-4 weeks ago. No? I was in Green Hills, I was having dinner, biglang dumating siya, nakilala ko siya for the first time. Of course, kilala ko siya. Kilala ko siya because magaling na player. I idolize him because he shoots very well.
He's a big man like you. I think he's 6'7", mas matangkad pa sa'yo.
He's 6'7", but shoots from the three-point area very well. No?
A modern big man.
Correct, modern big man. And I honestly consider him as a very, very good basketball player. And true enough, nasa Gilas siya ngayon, kasama ng Philippine team natin. Diba? So nakilala ko siya for the first time and natuwa ako nung sinabi niya, "Oh Mayor, I just want you to know that my mom lives in San Juan. mom's family lives in San Juan, my relatives live in San Juan. So, ako, kumbaga, yung initial feeling ko was, wow, I'm happy to know that. Tapos nakakwentuhan kami and then nakwento ko yung personal experience ko na naging team captain ako ng back-to-back championship teams, no, 1998, 1999. That was when LaSalle won back-to-back championships in the UAP. Nakwento ko sa kanya yung experience ko as a team captain, as a player, and even now, no, kahit sabihin mong di na ako naglalaro, I still watch the games. Whatever I can do to help my school, no, yung presence ko lang doon. Last year, yung Animo Ring ceremony, if you remember, Howie, I organized that along with Don Aliado, Renan Netualo, Dominic Uy Monasek, yung core group ng aming championship team dati, no? So, nakwento ko lahat to kay Mason, how LaSalle is in terms of taking care of their players. Now, if naging good feedback ito sa kanya o naging consideration ito para sa kanya, that's really up to him to assess. No? Again, I categorically am saying that I did not pirate Mason Amos. I'm not involved in any way in terms of recruiting players. I am a former player. I help the alumni core group in such a way that ako kasi perspective ko as a player. Sila ang perspective nila as a team manager, di ba? Or alumni. Pero ako kasi ang perspective ko, dating player. So pag merong mga bagay na nakikita ko na dapat kong sabihin sa kanila dahil perspective ito ng player, sinasabi ko sa kanila. Kasi sila, they are managers but none of them were really active UAP players. So I guess that's where my value comes in terms of helping out the De La Salle University alumni core group because they're getting it at a different perspective. So kung yun ang pag-usapan namin at yung naikwento ko kay Mason ay naging dahilan kung bakit siya nagdesisyon, that is that is his personal choice. Wala naman po tayong binanggit na anumang kumbaga bagay sa kanya na makukonsider nating pinapirate. No? Of course not. I mean, I have a lot of friends from Ateneo. In fact, my vice mayor is from Ateneo. And I grew up with a lot of Atenean friends. So please, to my Atenean friends and to all the members of the Ateneo community, huwag kayong mag-isip na pinirate ko. Not me, no, definitely. Nagkataon lang, nagkita kami, nagkakilala kami at nalaman ko na taga San Juan yung mother niya. So, syempre as mayor of San Juan, parang parang I had a light feeling about it. Oh wow, I never knew that, I told him. Sabi nga niya, every time nga meron silang game dito sa Philoil, which is in San Juan, yung family niya nanonood and he would go to his family's house here in Barangay Once in San Juan. So nung nalaman ko to, parang syempre natuwa ako at gumang yung loob ko dahil it's not all the time that you will hear this kind of connection between an Atenean superstar player and our city.
Okay, so malinaw, no? Kwentong basketball.
Malinaw yan.
Thank you for setting the record straight on that. And we're going to let you go now, Mayor. We know how busy you are. We'll end with that personal and sports note. Maraming salamat, Mayor, for your time. And we look forward to a safer Wata Wata Festival in the future. And hopefully, Ateneo victories over LaSalle kahit lumipat na si Mason Amos sa isa inyo. Maraming salamat sa inyong serbisyo, Mayor Francis Zamora. Mabuhay po kayo.
Maraming salamat, Howie. Animo LaSalle, one big fight, Ateneo.
Hi, I'm Howie Severino. Check out the Howie Severino podcast. New episodes will stream every Thursday. Listen for free on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and other platforms.